Hi, my name is Dana Holland, and this is my CSC 101 final project. The title of my topic is the anonymous access to information. So for this project, I was able to use the CP file manager, which is what you're looking at right now, which contains all my HTMLs, all my images, and then my style sheet. So in this, I have the HTMLs, which are linked to my web page. So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and then I have my CSC, which is right down here, which stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and they're both two of the core technologies for building web pages. The HTML, which I'll show you right now, this is my index HTML, so this is my main page. This provides the structure of the page. So we have the HTML up here, and then right here, and then we have the head, and then we have some more information. And in my index page, I was able to style this internally, so I was able to add all this to manipulate what you see on the page. Then we have the body, which is right here, and then we have some more content and all the structure of the page, and we have some more information, and then we close everything right here. So then we have our CSS, which is right over here, which stands for Cascading Style Sheets. I think I said that already. And it provides the visual layout for the web page. So basically all this information manipulates the other web pages that link back to it. So on their HTMLs, they'll have a link to this page so that the content within those web pages will match what I have in here so I can style it the way I want to. Okay, so let's take a look at my page. So this is my home page. This is my logo, and I was able to make that logo on Pixlr, which is an image-based editing program. So I have that layered on top of this banner, which I also created in using Pixlr, and then I also have title of my topic and also my name right here, and then we have an animation right here, which basically shows that's me, picture of me, and then my logo on top of that, and then a picture of a hacker trying to get into a computer. That was used using a program called EasyGIF, which basically had me like select some images and put them right next to each other, and then they basically just like flipped between them. Okay, so let's see. So my topic is the anonymous access to information. So this question asks what the name of my innovation is, and then a clear description of what its purpose is, and then the problems that it solves, and all that stuff like that. So the anonymous access to information is basically when users online on computers can access information without being identified, and they can be untraced. So this is a useful innovation for hackers to gain access to info that they couldn't otherwise do and go untraced. This innovation helps solve privacy issues, which is a big topic in this, especially in this society. So that and then the discovery of this innovation made possible certain criminal activities that online hackers can use, and it opened up different freedoms for citizens to have while they're online. And these pictures are just of hackers, and then information being unlocked that's not supposed to be. So next we have effects and impacts. So the first question we have is explain a benefit and or harmful effect of the impact. A benefit that I found was that we as people have much more privacy and protection from government intrusion with anonymous access to information. We're able to browse unidentified and be able to have a wider scope of privacy than before. Some harms are that hackers and users with bad intentions cannot be identified or traced while they do these certain criminal activities. So dangerous people and dangerous activities go unaccounted for. And now we have a video of me that basically talks about what anonymous access to information is and what it impacts. I shot this video with an iPhone, I edited it with YouTube Editor, and I published it on YouTube. So here it is.
The anonymous access to information is the ability to seek and find any information while remaining anonymous.
What do you believe is the impact of anonymous access to information?
There are both positive and negative sides to anonymous access to information. For example, anonymous hackers can locate your personal information, such as credit cards, home addresses, or social security numbers. Then they use these to their own personal benefit. This is the negative side. The positive side is when businesses use your shopping history and habits to recommend products that would be of interest to you. For example, when Amazon recommends products to you based on what you bought in the past.
Alright, so now we're moving on. The next part is explain the impact that the innovation has had on society, economy, and or culture. So this graph we have right here basically shows I created a Google survey, I gave it to a bunch of people, they submitted back. We have a pretty even split of people who have heard of anonymous access to information before, between yes, never, and maybe once. So those are based on the responses I got, I created this graph. So the impact that it's had on society and economy is actually pretty significant. The government increasingly is able to track and watch citizens' activities online and through emails and breaches, things like that. So when citizens find out, they are pretty outraged about that. And so it's sort of a pro-con situation. So we kind of lose a bit of freedom, we lose some privacy because hackers and even the government can access information that we potentially don't want them to. But we also potentially gain security and safety when the government's sort of kind of looking out for us in that sense. And then see below, we have another video. I'm not going to show it, it's kind of long, about Yahoo. They kind of breached a lot of users' emails for, the NSA and different kind of things. It's kind of a cool video. The next part is we have to indicate one field other than computer science, which the anonymous access information has impacted. I chose the cybersecurity field, so the presence of domestic and foreign hackers and their ability to access information is a huge issue. The cybersecurity field and department are sort of forced to create new techniques and ways to deal with the issue and to counter it because of all the hacking online. And this graph sort of shows that the hacking threat is, first of all, the most highest, and they all kind of started out even, but this is a huge slope. So that's sort of the most prevalent issue we have as a threat to this country and on individuals as well right now. All right, so next we move on. Here we are on technical aspects, my page. So this part describes how a user interacts with the innovation. So people can interact with this innovation by going incognito on their browsing. So users can make use of the dark web, which is by way of Tor, which is a web browsing program that allows users to go untraced. So you can directly go untraced on the internet and into the dark web, and that's pretty much how you just interact with it. So the next part is describe in detail how the innovations technology incorporates at least one of the big ideas. So the anonymous access to information incorporates programming because when a site is not programmed correctly, a hacker can easily infiltrate and go unnoticed in that browsing, in that server. And abstraction is also used because the hackers and users can manipulate and leave out content with the info that they want. So they can sort of manipulate what we see and what they want us to see. So, and then these pictures, and this is how Tor works. So this is the dark web right here, this cloud, and you're able to go through it, and then through this server, you're able to reach different sites and stuff like that. And this just describes how sort of information flows. Okay, so now we're on to our next section. This is relationship to data. So describe how the innovation consumes data, produces and or transforms data. So the hacker consumes the data they access when they're able to breach it or even just gain information. They consume that, and they can also produce anything they want once they have access. Once they produce it, they can then transform and tailor that information and data to be what they want the user to see. So that's what anonymous access information pretty much centers on. And then for this last one, we have described at least one data storage concern, data privacy concern, or data security concern related to the innovation. So this innovation is basically all about security and privacy and all of that stuff. That's basically its definition. So a huge data security and privacy issue is that someone can access your information and go totally identified, or the government's information and go untraced. And so, for example, credit card information is a data privacy concern that can happen because hackers can easily see your information and steal it. So, and then next we go to our references, and we have this right here is the best site that I found where I got all my information. Basically, it's an undergraduate research, but this is where I got all the information I needed for this website. For more information, please go to my website, which is on the link below.